All right then. Miss Bird, I guess you're going to give us the update, correct?
Benjamin is 2 months old as of yesterday. He's doing really well in his foster home. He's meeting his milestones. He was evaluated for an ECI. They believe he is on track where he's at currently. So he's meeting milestones and doing really well, more alert and likes a lot of sleep and just an adorable baby. Um, Parents, family plan of services were created for both parents. Miss Alicia Cruz did sign her family plan and has agreed to work services. Mr. James Pennon was provided paperwork for an attorney. He did report he has his own attorney, but did not provide the name. And Mr. Pennon did decline to sign his family plan of service until paternity testing is completed. And that information was sent over to be completed.
All right.
And Judge, those signed plans were filed on June 27th for Mom. Dad's plan was signed on or filed on June 20th.
All right. We already ordered the genetic testing in this, so we should be hopefully underway. All right. Miss Bird, has Miss Cruz actually started on any services?
To my knowledge, she has not. She did review the plan with me last week, and she mentioned she would start calling. So to my knowledge, she has not, and she will update me.
All right. Okay, Miss Kincaid.
Has Miss Cruz stayed in contact with you?
Yes, she has.
Okay, and has she have you had a chance to look at her current housing?
Yes, I have.
And is that housing clean and safe or clean and appropriate?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Thank you. I'll pass witness.
All right. Thank you, Miss Kincaid. Okay, Ms. Zavala.
Quick question, Ms. Bird. I know that the report says American Indian child status denied, but when I spoke with placement, she mentioned that Mom is Native American. Do we have any clarification on that?
Mom told me at first she did deny, and then Mom mentioned that she was never registered, but she thought about getting registered, and that was the only information that was provided.
Do you know which tribe?
No, I do not.
And then it sounds like there've been, well, let me back up. Has the alleged dad been visiting?
Yes, he has.
Okay. So he's unwilling to cooperate with services until paternity testing, but he is getting in-person visits?
Yes. Mr. Pennon and Miss Cruz have asked to have their visits together, and they have had weekly visits.
Okay. Is
for
there
1 hour.
Has there been any drug testing of either parent?
Yes, Miss Cruz did drug screen for us in May. I have had issues with my basically the website to pull that to e-file, but she did screen for us in May, and her screens were negative. And she did screen for June, and I have not received that report back.
Okay, is Mr. Pennon, has he completed a drug screen before in-person visits?
No, he has not. He has denied to drug screen for us.
Okay. Has there been any concern at visits that possibly he may have appeared like he was using?
Not from the visits that I have covered, no.
Okay. And then there've been a number of visits missed for different reasons. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. I have no further questions, Your Honor.
Judge, in light of that, some of that, I would ask that Mr. Pinion does not get in-person visits at this time if he's not willing to cooperate. Once he does drug screen for us, if they come back negative, we can do that, but I would ask if he's not gonna be cooperative with anything, that in-person visits with him until paternity is established or until he starts cooperating.
Well, I mean, I do have a concern about, you know, his having personal contact with the baby if he's actively using. So, I mean, I think we need to know. And obviously, we don't have any results back on genetic testing, but we need to know whether it's safe for him to be around the child. So I am going to order that he have to drug screen and that we get those results back before he has any further in-person visits. We could set something up virtually. It's not, you know, with an infant, that's tough, but till we have, you know, negative UA at least on him.
Yes, ma'am. And Judge, for the record, he was, Mr. Pinion was personally served. We did get him served on June 27th.
Okay.
That has been filed with the court.
27th.
Yes, ma'am.
Thanks. All right, so we're gonna order him to drug test, and then that's gonna be hair and UA.
Yes, ma'am.
It's
About 4 today.
I'll say about 4 tomorrow since he's not present. I don't know how hard it is to get in touch with him, so.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Ms. Zavala, did you have a recommendation today?
Yes, Your Honor, I did get to meet with Benjamin in person. He's adorable. His GI issues are better in that they're all the change in formula, the making sure that you burp him after every ounce or so, propping him up, all of those things are helping and being effective. I think they're still necessary so that his GI issues are controlled. So I do want to make sure that mom's provided all the information on that in terms of, you know, how best to feed him and things like that. But he's doing really great, and I do recommend that placement continue.
And Judge, I have a couple of questions for Mom real quick.
Sure.
Ms. Cruz, if you could unmute, can you hear me? Okay. So on the Indian tribe situation, are you eligible for membership?
I registered. All I have to do is give them my bank account number in order for them to like give me my money. But yeah, I'm registered.
Who are you registered with?
The Cheyenne and Arapaho tribe in Concho, Oklahoma.
And where'd you say?
Concho, Oklahoma.
Concho. Okay. And when did you get registered with them?
My sister did it. She just told me like 2 days ago that I'm registered, but on what day, I don't know. She didn't tell me the date. She's my power of attorney.
Okay. Do you have any paperwork from that showing that?
She didn't give me any paperwork, but do y'all need it?
If we could, just so so we can verify everything, but we'll reach out to the Indian Nation. You said Cheyenne and Arapaho, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. We'll reach out to them, and are they both 2 different tribes? Are they both in Concho?
They're both in Concho. It's combined.
They're combined? Okay. We'll reach out to them and send them the letters and stuff as far as the case. Have y'all notified them, since y'all have done the registration, has anybody notified them that you have a CPS case ongoing?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I'll get with my my power of attorney to do that.
Yeah, and if you can get the paperwork to Miss Bird, whatever you have, if you have a letter verifying that registration, that would help us out, but we'll be reaching out also.
Okay.
Nothing, I'll pass the witness, Your Honor.
All right, anybody have any further questions or anything else to add today?
I have one question. I just wanted to clarify. Mom's mentioned 2 times power of attorney. Who is the power of attorney and why is that in place?
I have a power of attorney and it's my sister, and the reason it's in place is because I can't leave out of state. Or just like out of like randomness, I have to have permission. So since it's always out of randomness and I always have to work or something, or like I have community service or something like that, I end up having to like ask for permission, and it takes like it's a process for the permission to come in. So my sister is random and she likes doing things out of nowhere instead of planning them ahead of time. It's like oh, I'm gonna go out of town today, so I'm gonna go do that today, instead of saying, oh, like a couple weeks ago, I'm gonna go do this on this date. Okay, so ask for permission for you to go, but she doesn't ever say those type of things. She just goes all randomly. So that's why I have her as my power of attorney, because I can't just leave the state out of randomness.
What's your sister's name?
Olivia.
And what's her last name?
Cruz.
And then why is it that you can't leave the state?
I'm on parole and probation right now.
As I stated earlier, then I'm going to order Mr. Pennon to drug screen hair and UA by 4 p.m. tomorrow. If it's negative, then the in-person visits can resume, but we'll stop those visits until he tests and we get results. I would find a continuing danger to the child to return the child home at this time. Department will continue to use reasonable efforts to reunify the family. And I'm going to order the service plans as an order of the court. Ms. Cruz, it's that service plan is really important. You got to do all those classes and everything. So start getting all that stuff scheduled. It takes a while to get through all of it. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, then, I'll see everybody back on October 21st of 2025 on a 9 o'clock docket.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay.
And Your Honor, I know we're running a little bit late. Can I take just a few minutes?
Me too.
Yeah, I'll give everybody a short break.
Your Honor, I don't believe I'm back till 11, so can I log off and just log back in?
Oh, sure.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
I can leave now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, bye. Have a good day.
Thank you. You too. In the interest of Tavius Jones, cause number 988902. In the interest of Terry Jones and Layla Jones. We were scheduled for finals in these cases, but prior to today's hearing, we did circulate and I did indicate that I would grant the extension and or excuse me, not the extension, but that we would just reset the finals closer to the dismissal date. We'd already extended the cases, but we were going to vacate the final and just hold a review hearing today in each case. So we have reset both of those finals for October 21st of 2025. And those will be on a 9 o'clock docket. All right, we are conducting this through Zoom. We're live streaming, and Ms. Taylor is making our record today. All right, we'll go ahead and take announcements.
Daniel trial for the Texas Department of Family and Protective Services. Sylvia Garcia is my permanency specialist. We're present, ready.
Kenner on behalf of the mother, Tamecia Carruthers, we're both present and ready.
Raphael on behalf of Dante Jones, he's present, we're ready.
Stacy Grant on behalf of Terry Jones, who is incapacitated. He is not present. However, a guardian ad litem was appointed.
Stacy Zavala on behalf of the children.
All right. You get everybody?
No,
Mr.
Mr.
Michelson.
Jay Michelson on behalf of Terry Jones. We're present and ready.
Great. All right, thank you. Okay. Who's gonna give us the update today?
Ms. Garcia.
Okay, Ms. Garcia? What's new since you filed your court report?
So I was able to get Mr. Jones, Dante Jones. I was able to get him in the recommendations for Ozark. The recommendation was for him to do an alcohol and a drug education course. So he will start that on July 7th. Besides that, he has continued to still do his individual counseling. And he's almost done with that. He has one more session to complete, and then just his ongoing drug screens for him. And then for Ms. Carruthers, she actually is about to graduate in July with the RAD program with the Downtown Women's Center. So that's just basically that's the first entry level program that she is in, and then she moves to the next program within the center. So that will happen in July. She's also doing the domestic violence courses through the FSS, and so she is scheduled to start those as well. There was a bit of a delay there just because she had to complete her RAD classes first that are mandatory with the Downtown Women's Center. So we needed to make sure that she completed those mandatory courses first before we continued with our other services.
And I know that that is at least in part the basis for this, vacating the early final and pushing this out. Parents have both really gotten involved and with their service plans and are actively working through things. So, but I know Mom was unable to do some certain things until she completed some requirements for her program, which is perfectly fine with me. I'm good with all that.
Yes, Judge. And they are both doing in-person visits too. So they are doing bi-weekly in-person visits. They get to Mr. Jones, Dante Jones gets to see his son for 1 hour every other Saturday. And then Ms. Carruthers gets to see all 3 children for 2 hours every other Saturday.
Right. Visits go well. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Garcia, where do we stand on the paternity testing for Terry Jones?
So we are right now still waiting. We were needing to get an address to fill out the form for Terry Jones, and we have not been able to get that address.
Okay, you still haven't been able to locate that?
That's correct.
Okay.
I believe I've located it, Mr. Trout.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. I knew there was been some emails going around and then there wasn't anything on those, so I wasn't sure if we gotten that information or not.
I believe, Mr. Trout, we're going to need to serve that through Mr. Michelson as the guardian ad litem, and he's agreed to do that because I've never been able to receive from the kinship in his area a copy of the power of attorney that they have stated that they have. And so I think for all intents and purposes, through Mr. Michelson would be the appropriate way to move forward without that POA copy.
Okay. Mr. Michelson, you good with that?
Yes, sir, I am.
Okay. If we can, I'll get in touch with you. We'll make sure we got the right address for him and where he is, because we're going to have that to get the testing done up there. But we will, I'll reach out to you and get that address and everything.
Thank you.
Okay. And how are the kiddos doing?
They're doing very well. Layla, she graduated to kindergarten and she's excited about the summer. They've been doing a lot of outings, going to camps and to the zoo and just a lot of stuff with placement. And they're very excited about those outings. They are very excited about also seeing Mom every other Saturday. They really look forward to that. Tavius, he actually had got sick I think it was like maybe the week before, and it was just a little cough that he had, and then now he's doing way better. So I mean, other than that, they are doing very well in placement, and they do look forward to seeing mom and dad for both visits.
Okay. All right, and they're all placed together, correct?
Correct.
Okay, very good. And all right, Ms. Naranjo, anything to add today?
No, Your Honor.
Oh, I did have one quick question before I forget. What about the ICPC? Anything new on that?
We've submitted it already, and we're just waiting to hear back on it.
Okay. So at this point in time, it sounds like that's sort of the backup plan. I mean, parents are making good progress right now. So I don't want them to misunderstand why I'm asking about that. But ICPC home studies, take a long time. And they, could potentially we might not hear anything for months on that. So okay. Mr. Hill?
Nothing to report, Judge. My client's working his services, and as you said, kind of a slow start, but he's engaged in working his services, Judge.
Okay. All right. Ms. Grant?
Nothing in addition to the paternity testing that we've been working on, Your Honor. Other than the family with the POA, they are interested in being placement should it come down to that pecking order, for lack of a better word, Your Honor. But they understand that, parents are working services and doing things for reunification. Mr. Jones is not capable of being placement or having custody of his child. So they would only be stepping in should Mr. Jones become one of the considered parties, Judge.
Has there been any discussion, and I don't know, I don't recall this in any of our hearings, but does he receive any kind of Social Security, and therefore would his children be entitled to any benefit through Social Security?
I believe they would, Your Honor. I believe that his placement that he's in is paid with his benefits for him. And so I believe that as the child of a disabled person, there would be a small monthly benefit for his child should the paternity test come back to indicate he's the father.
I'm trying to remember, we didn't have any prior orders on the.
No, ma'am, he's alleged.
So, yeah, and so Ms. Carruthers, have you ever received any kind of payment for it? This would just be for Terry Jr. and for Layla?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, ma'am. They did see Layla and Terry both received Social Security checks through Terry. Yes, they did. Up until this case started, and then they took them back. Or they stopped them or whatever.
Okay. Surely that requires some acknowledgement of paternity or some.
That, as soon as she said that, that was my thought, Your Honor, is that Social Security shouldn't be paying out to an alleged father, the children of an alleged father. So I can definitely go down that rabbit hole and see if there's some acknowledgement that was used at that point.
It does make me wonder now. I mean, it is the federal government, and
right.
Maybe it's not required, and maybe you're not supposed to even ask about that. I don't know, but it does seem a little odd to me.
And it could just be something as simple as when his was applied for, their Social Security numbers were provided, and it was some type of automatic payment that didn't require anything, Judge. But I'll definitely check into it. Ms. Carruthers, what county were you in when Mr. Jones's children were born?
Potter.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
I assume the departments, of course, they've checked for an AOP, I guess.
And normally if we submit for a paternity test and once that paperwork comes through, the AG's office will let us know if there's a AOP out there that we haven't seen. I have not seen one that came back on this case.
So,
And I know we already ran a paternity test on another alleged father and for these two children, and nothing came back involved in that as to these two children.
okay, well, seems very, odd to me. If there would be benefit payment in,
And
so, okay.
Judge, give me 1 second. Kim's fixing to check on something real quick. She just stuck her head in the door and told me 1 second, so she's checking on something on that.
Okay. All right. Mr. Michelson, do you have anything to add today?
Nothing, Your Honor.
Okay,
Judge, give me 1 second. Let me see what she's checking on.
okay.
Sorry, Judge. So I misspoke earlier. I guess when we did the paternity testing on Antoine Gentry, we were sent a AOP on Layla. And it shows that he is also on the birth certificate. I don't think we got the AOP back on that as far as Terry Jr. But we had Antoine Gentry at the time saying he thought he was the father. So I think that's why the paternity tests kept going, but there should be AOPs on both of the children.
But you've got it on Layla, but you just don't.
Yes, ma'am. We got it back, I guess, back last year, and I forgot we had that back on hers.
And the AOP is for Terry or for?
For Layla, the one that I'm showing right now.
Okay, so Layla is a non-issue at this point. We're looking at Terry Jones Jr., correct?
Yeah, and he's showing, I think, that he's on that birth certificate, so there should be an AOP on him also if he got on the birth certificate.
Okay, so we may not even need the paternity testing at this point. Sounds good.
We had, at the beginning of the case, we had the other alleged father coming in saying that he thought he was, and that they had some conversation about it, so.
Thank you, Mr. Trout.
But I just want to clarify, but you did get something that indicated that Mr. Jones, Father Jones, was on the birth certificate of Terry Jr.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Well, let's just try to, pin that all down, and then it does sound like we're good, and we wouldn't need to do any further thing regarding parentage on those children. So
yes, ma'am.
Now, on Tavius, I'm trying to remember. Let's see. I'm going back to look. Did we adjudicate? Mr. Jones, I showed he was alleged. Have we adjudicated, or is he Mr. Hill? Is that a conversation y'all have had?
Yes, Judge, Mr. Jones acknowledges that he is the father.
All right, then, Mr. Jones, are you good with me going ahead and adjudicating you as the father of Tavius today?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, very good. All right, sorry. Okay. All right, Ms. Zavala, I don't think we've heard from you.
No, and I was gonna say, if we still need help in tracking down documents, if the children were receiving Social Security benefits previously, I'm assuming that Anthony Badke, the Social Security liaison with DFPS, may be able to help track down the documentation that created that situation. But we may have that addressed now. The kids are doing really, really well in placement. I am very thankful to placement. They are the ones that are driving 2 hours from Lubbock so that these in-person visits can take place. These in-person visits are very important to the kids. I have been vocal about my concerns with mom, especially before, so I want to be equally vocal in saying I'm really impressed with what she's doing now, and that's really important for the kids. And so I think she's right where she needs to be. I think the kids visiting with her that's very important to them, and I'm really thankful to see that. I do recommend that the placement continue at this point.
All right. Ms. Grant, Mr. Michelson, let me ask you the same thing with respect to Layla. Are we good with me going ahead and adjudicating Mr. Jones as the father of Layla today? I know we still might want to do a little looking at Terry Jr., but
I think under, I think it would probably fall to Mr. Michelson's decision solely, Judge, since he's substituting his judgment, but I don't have a problem with it as his attorney.
I mean, he signed an AOP, so it's kind of.
Exactly, yes.
Can I see the AOP before I decide?
Sure.
Okay.
All right, I'll table that and we'll have to deal with it at the final, and that's fine.
And,
Okay.
and Judge, I'll reach out, I'll email Ms. Chavez, who sets up all the paternity testing for us, and see if one on Terry Jones has popped up too. And just to clarify, the reason we got an AOP back when we filed paternity testing on Layla was when we did the paternity testing at the beginning of the case, Antoine Gentry was only stating he thought he was father to Layla. So we only did the paternity testing at that time as to her, so that's why that one came back.
Right.
As to Terry Jr., it hasn't come back yet, even though we filed the paternity, but I can reach out to Ms. Chavez on that.
Okay.
Paperwork.
All right. Okay, then. So today I'm going to adjudicate Dante Jones as the father of Tavius Jones and establish the parent-child relationship between them. I'm going to continue the department as temporary managing conservator, and I'm going to continue the children's current placement. I find there would be a continuing danger to return the children home today, but that parents are currently in compliance with their family plans of service, so we're headed in the right direction. I expect the department to continue to use reasonable efforts to reunify the family. And I will see everybody back for the final, which is on October 21st of 2025. So I want to be real clear with parents. The dismissal date in this case is November 7th. So it is imperative when we go to trial on October 21st that you all have completed services and that we're well on our way, hopefully, to reunification. Because at that point in time, we don't have a whole lot of options about how we go out any further. Okay. All right. Okay, keep up the good work. I'm very pleased that you both are making progress at this point in time. So just stay on that path. All right, I'll see everybody back in October.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
And Mr. Michelson, I'll get you a copy of that AOP over.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yes, sir.